today specifically is about faith and work. So Thomas is he's a Roman Catholic. I don't know the
Yeah.
distinguishment behind that.
Practicing Catholic. Yeah.
Okay, okay. He's a practicing Catholic. I'm a Christian. Grew up in probably, I would say branches or derivatives of probably Pentecostal roots. But I would say I go into a Bible-based church, no religion per se. And so that's the topic today: faith and work, how those coincide. And so let's start by asking Thomas that specific question. What does that mean to you?
I think it just means living your. You say it the best. I hear you say it so often. It's living your truth, and so, it's coming in here, whatever your work day is like, and just being able to, set your mind and your heart on, what your foundation is, the Lord, and then be able to be a witness. And it doesn't have to be like, hey, check out this Bible verse. It just has to be like a just showing love,
Mm,
and it exudes from like when you're like pushing out work or you're getting a job done or whatever. So
mm,
basically, just bring Christ to people, whether it's your clients, your peers, anyone that you encounter. Just make sure you're bringing Christ to them, and it doesn't have to be biblical. It doesn't have to be theology. It doesn't have to be like smack dab Jesus Christ's name being yelled from the mountaintop, but it has to be through your actions.
mm. I like that. You mentioned witness, which I think is such a powerful word. What do you mean by that?
So when you get into theology and you get into the Bible, I think the most important thing is love, right? And I don't mean it in such of uh, the the Disney, the romantic, the TV love. I mean, just like the pure being brothers and sisters in Christ and just walking towards um, towards heaven together, right? And I think when you start branching out and just looking as a Christian man and a Christian woman, and having peers who maybe aren't practicing or don't believe, just being love and showing, eventually you'll be able to show them and be a witness of like what real love is, and you just do it through your actions. So
Mm,
it's just being, I want the random person downstairs to say, hey, that dude at LSU shirt, I don't know who he is or what's going on through his day, if he made more money, if he's broke, whatever it is, he was so kind to me. He opened the door or just had a smile that just, it is love. So I think my number one job is to show people love, no matter in whatever encounter it is.
I like that. The thing that comes to my mind when you say that, there's a verse in the Bible. And one thing you'll find about me is I know I am in the Word a lot. I do it daily. It's part of my routine, and it's like necessary for me. But one of the things is like I can recall a verse, but I'm not really good at like it's Second Peter 3:15. So I probably need to bring a surface here so I could just search it. But anyway, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about to being prepared to give a reason for the hope that you have. And so like that came to mind when you're talking about it, because if you're being a witness, if you're showing love, then what what can happen is someone saying, "Hey man, why are you always so the way you are? What's the reason that you have hope, that you're so positive, that you're patient?" And the Bible teaches us to be prepared to give an account for that, right? So I think you're right. Um, is you lead with your actions. You lead with your actions, which then open up to a conversation, and then when then you can then be prepared to tell them why. Here's what's happened in my life. How do you how does to you, and then I'll also give my perspective. But how do you practically show the love of Christ in work?
So there's different I mean, if you like, I'm trying to run through things that I've learned and maybe maybe more solid like examples, but